stones. That really makes me want to put in blue. But let's just see what we have with the mono white. I'll put in core cartographers for now. Sanctifiers, yes, and the Hookmasters, yes. Obviously, I wish I had some of those ally blade guys with the vigilance and the first strike. They're just great. We've got 10,000 cliff treaders, so that's interesting. I think I put in an undeclared by mistake. Okay. So the monument with 16 creatures, that's definitely viable. I need equipment in there for the, or else taking the master is pretty much absolutely pointless. I need to lose a card somewhere because I don't want to run only 16 land. I want to run 17 because I don't want. Although 16 land in a, very strictly monocolor deck is probably okay. I got 2 core cartographers for goodness sakes and the explorer scope. And I've only got 3 5-mana cost cards, so that's, and if I get to the 4 mana cost card like a cartographer, it gets the 5th mana out anyways. I maybe I'll run 16 lands here. I've already got 1 on the sideboard, so if I need 17, I can always cut 1 and stick that in. I'm thinking the Carnage Altar with the monument, it's not great, but if something's gonna die anyways, and I've got the mana, it might be playable. It'll be my only source of card drawing, but I have no idea what to cut. The only thing I can think of cutting is potentially a core cartographer. I'd like to go up to 17 because of the step lynxes. I don't want to be without land, but I just do not see what I can cut. I can't cut any I can't go below 16, not with Eldrazi Monument. This is the way LSV does it. He puts all his 9 creature cards on the bottom and then looks at his deck. I don't want to take out any of the Journeys to Nowhere. I don't really want to take out any of my removal, to be honest. I've only got 4. Brave the Elements could technically count as a removal card to some degree, but it's more for getting in there. Step Legs could be so much better if I had more things that activate landfall besides just the scope and the core cartographer, but if need be, if I'm up there, they can be sacked to the monument, so you you should comment and let me know what you would do here on YouTube, because I'm really stuck for what to take out for the 17th land. So I'm gonna be a crazy person and go down to 16, which I always play. 15, 16, even 15 lands way back in the day, and it worked fine. But ever since, well, Shards Block, because of the multicolor, you needed to have a whole bunch. You needed to have a whole bunch of land, and now, because of the landfall village, you need to have a whole bunch of land. So it's really hard to play the land, but I've got 1. I won't need any more than 1. So, 1 more. I could almost play Narrow Escape just for tricks. It bounces the Hookmaster. Not only does it save a creature, does it bounce a permanent? Yeah, so I could technically bounce the Journey to Nowhere and put out something worse. Like that's even more vicious. It can rebounce the Cartographers for more land. It can bounce the Sanctifiers for destroying more enchantments or artifacts. It can bounce the Hookmasters for tapping down more. It can bounce the land for the Stepplinks. And it can bounce Eldrazi Monument if I really don't want to sack a creature. But it's not something I want to draw late game, and it's not like I can really fit it in there anyways. So I think we're just going to save and submit. Mono white. Draft. Alright. I think I'm the last person to submit, maybe. Oh, no, I'm not. So the Carnage Altar. And there is some reasoning for the narrow escape. I don't have enough allies to use on nuclears. Mono white just seems far better than splashing for like 3 or 4 blue cards. Certainly better than splashing for 2 red cards, although they're both good red cards. And also people would splash for like 1 red card. But I would need some other source of mana fixing than just an Explorer Scope. I'm just going to put in 2 mountains and put in Punishing Fire. I don't like doing that. One thing I don't like also is the fact I have 1 equipment for the Armament Master, so he's probably not going to use his ability very often. But if I get to do it, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 core. So he can I've got sufficient amounts of core. Put by color. Yep, I think this is the first straight mono color deck I've had, like, ever? Without, like, even a splash of 1 or 2 cards. And I mean, it's because white is not the strongest in the set. Black and red are, but only 1 person can draft a mono red deck. And it's hard to do, even though there are mono red cards that people leave because they're not in mono red unless they go mono red. And the Valakut was there, and I did see some Molten Ravagers. Because red is such a sought after color, right? It's somewhat harder to get mono red, and mono black is really hard because black is the most sought after color, I would imagine, in Zendikar. I rarely play black for that reason, just because when it's down to 1 card of each color, I usually go with the one that's not black because I know someone else is going to be taking black. If they're both good, I mean. And if all else fails, if I play someone with red, I know they have 1 less Blade Tough Spore that I wouldn't be able to deal with, and they have 1 less Punishing Fire, which is, you know, significant. Not that I could gain life from anything. I don't have any lifelink, and the Ondu Clerics aren't in. If I put the Narrow Escape in, I could gain life. So if I'm playing Punishing Fire, I better not side that in. Road Queller. I wonder how well he could do. At the beginning of your upkeep, just rereading this so I have a really clear understanding of how it works. Yeah. See, he'd be great to get out. Have him out 5th turn. Have a couple other critters out. And then just start smacking down their lands. Right? Put out Eldrazi Monument. If I have a 6th land, that is. Put out Eldrazi Monument. And it would just be huge. I mean, that would be crazy. Keep your lands down, be coming in with an Eldrazi. They're not going to be playing a whole lot more stuff. But it's going to be harder to do that with Road Queller because I only have 16 lands, so we have to see how this goes.